It started out as a class project, but what was a homework assignment may turn out to be the first big break for Sissy Ashley and other UNA students. Sissy and her backup group are putting the finishing touches on a song called Fight Back. The song was written by local songwriters Ava Aldridge and Cindy Richardson, and the record is going to be released on the label Campus Records. I asked Sissy if she thinks this could be her big break.
Well, usually most musicians do have a sad story to tell, but I think that this class has really given us a really good advantage, because we are learning about the business and learning really just how it is.
Even if the songs this class is releasing don't make it to the top of the charts, the students we talk to say it's worth the late hours in the studio just for them to get a chance to make some music on their own. In Muscle Shoals, Kathy Jernigan, 31 Eyewitness News.
Look at your lying eyes, making me want you all over again.
It looks like anything but a college classroom, but for students enrolled in the commercial music school at the University of North Alabama, it's just that. And what they're doing now is kind of like their final exam. From the ground up, they're required to produce a record. They do everything. It just so happens that Sissy Ashley sings on this record. She's been in the music business since her early teens.
This experience right now that we are getting in the studio, and also we're going to press the record and release it. And with that experience, I think it's just an invaluable experience.
UNA offered the first such curriculum in the nation. It's still one of the few.
I think one thing that they're getting out of it that, a lot of entertainers suffer from, and that is that we're cast-typed into sometimes derelicts or drug users or whatever. And I think what these people are showing now, that there's a lot of dignity in our business as well, and that they don't want to be typed before they even get a chance to show what they're really made of.
How could you say goodbye?
Of course, one must realize that what Sissy does perform is not all there is to it. There's budgets, engineering, and so on.
Behind the scenes, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that don't get the credit that they should.
And at the end, hopefully, there's a hit record. Bill Irwin, Action News 19 in Muscle Shoals.
How does one go about making a hit record? Well, if you're in Terry Woodford's record production class at UNA, you find out by actually recording a song in a studio.
Well, I had a real difficult time trying to teach people what record production was, because I found so many people wanted to be producers and didn't really know what it meant to be a producer. They thought it was just in the studio telling people what to do was what it was all about. So we decided, we experimentally tried it, because in our publishing classes we do cut demos. So we experimentally tried it 2 years ago and recorded one song, and before the guy ever got out of the class, he was signed as a songwriter to a publishing company. So I felt like that we'd try it again this time, even more extensive than last time, and they divided into groups and are producing 2 records.
This year, though, the students at UNA are going one step further with their project. They contacted the commercial music alumni and asked for donations to make their songs into records. Students are going to use the label Star Makers and sell their singles to anyone who will buy. From there, it's up to the radio stations to play their songs and the public to like them.
Baby, I'm so afraid that my heart will make the same mistake, and I can't afford to lose, not when it comes to you. Oh, why did you come around? Now I've got to fight back, before you pull me under your sweet and loving thunder. I've got to fight back, or I'll be right back, wanting you and needing you again.
I don't think making records is a function of how much money you spend or how much time you spend, but having the right ingredients to hit song and hit corners, and so they could very well have a hit record.